I would like to do a little dedication to an old friend of mine and of Lance's, who passed away last month, and I have news. We've been working on a memorial concert, and I'll tell you, of all the folk singer, acoustic guitar kind of guys in this town, there was only one that I thought was my senior, and he passed away, so that makes me the old guy, right? His name was Joe Bethancourt. Joe passed away, and we've been working on a memorial concert for him. And I actually have some details that have not been released to the public yet, but maybe it's on Facebook. Is that the public? I guess so. But we have planned a memorial concert for Joe Bethancourt on October 12th, which is, I don't know if it's a Sunday or Monday, and it's at the MIM, the Musical Instrument Museum, which I completely voted against because it only has 300 seats, and there's going to be 1,000 people want to come to this thing. So I guess we'll have lots of them, and we have thousands of people who want to play at it. I took on the job of being the artist wrangler, and after I got 100 names on there of people that wanted to play, I gave it to John Iker. I said, can you do this? And the guy that's producing this said, you know, we're going to have so many guys that want to come out and play at this, we might just have group sings where we get like 30 of them come out and do one song, and then another 30 come out and do one song. I said, I love that concept, I'll do it. But a couple of the guys said, no, I want to play my own song. October 12th, go to the MIM and honor the great Joe Bethancourt. This song here, I was sort of inspired by Joe Bethancourt and a band called the Normal Brothers Bluegrass Band, who played around here, and Joe played the banjo, and they had a banjo in that band, and I kind of loved that bluegrass music, so I thought, wouldn't it be fun? Actually, the whole story is, I was hanging out with a guy named Loudon Wainwright III, and he wrote the song Dead Skunk in the Middle of the Road and made $1 million off it. But we were talking about hit records, and his label came to him and they said, you haven't had a hit record. And he wasn't a hit record kind of guy. He wrote songs about dead skunks in the middle of the road. And he was brilliant, and it was great. He had a great following, but he was never going to have a hit record. And his label said, if you don't have a hit record on this next one, we're dropping you from the label. So Loudon said, hit records are easy to make. If you're a really talented musician, they go, all you have to do is look at whatever the fashion is at that moment and do a record like that. Well, at the fashion, unbelievably, was bluegrass at this certain time. It was like 72 or 73. And Nitty Gritty Dirt Band was out, and all these long-haired bluegrass bands were happening. So that was the trend right at that moment. So Loudon says, if I use the bluegrass band and got a record out within a month, it'll be a hit no matter what it's about. And they went, no, that's not true. It's hard to have hit records. They said, no, if you put out a bluegrass song right now in the media, it'll be a hit. And he said it could be about anything. It could be about a dead skunk being squashed in the road and stinking. And they laughed and said, no, it couldn't. And so he put out a bluegrass song and wrote about a dead skunk being squashed in the road. It was the only hit record he ever had, and they kept him on the label. I was so inspired by that. And so I said, I'm going to have actually the reason I made the record is I realized that jukeboxes were dying right at this time. This was in the early 70s. And I had never heard myself on a jukebox, and I had put out a whole bunch of records, so I said, I'm going to make a 45 record so that I can get it on jukeboxes. And I did.
You're welcome.
And this is one of the songs that was on that jukebox, and I could walk into any bar that had it and just play my own song. And this was the one, and I used the Normal Brothers Bluegrass Band to back me up on it. And it was bluegrass. The only time I've done bluegrass on my albums. this story could go on for hours and hours about this song and Joe and everything, but I was inspired to do something bluegrass, and I did this. Well, then years later, I became what I didn't tell people I was doing. I was out on the road a lot of times. People thought I just wasn't working. Poor Hans, can't even get a job. But I was out on the road with the greatest bluegrass players in the world playing harmonica. And if you tell the blues guys you're playing bluegrass, they kick you right out of the club because it's not cool. And it's happened. There's a bunch of guys who go, he's not a blues harp player. He plays bluegrass too. And I said, yeah, well. Made a lot of money, and I played on an album that won a Grammy. And I figured that Joe Bethancourt never played on a Grammy-winning album. That's what I thought at the time. Now I feel bad about it, but I'm sure it upset Joe that I was on a Grammy-winning album, a bluegrass Grammy. And it was called The Crow by Steve Martin, the comedian guy. And I played harmonica on that. So we're going to feature a harmonica player on this and dedicate this song to my old friend Joe Bethancourt. Smokes like a furnace, brake line squeal. My wheels need alignment, I can never go fast, and I won't have to worry when they run out of gas. I'll be glad when they run out of gas. I'll be glad when they run out of gas. Are pumping their last. I'll be glad when they run out of gas. Well, my car, it needs a tune-up. The battery's lost its charge. I should have some insurance, but the payments are too large. Hearing something knocking, and I'm too afraid to look. Sure would like to sell it, but it ain't in Kelly's blue book. I'll be glad when they run out of gas. I'll be glad when they run out of gas. And those gas pumps are things of the past. I'll be glad when they run out of gas. About them electric cars, one powered by the sun. There's even one you pedal, but I never have tried one. I just keep on burning petrol, smoking up the air, and when a gallon costs $5, you know it won't be fair. I'm glad we run out of gas. I'll be glad when they run out of gas. The whole world stops